Lydia had always dreamed of escaping the city's chaos, so when she stumbled upon the old countryside mansion, it felt like fate. The house was a grand relic of the past, with ivy-clad walls and creaky wooden floors that whispered secrets of bygone eras. She moved in with a sense of adventure, ready to embrace the tranquility and history that came with it. It was on her third day while exploring the attic that Lydia discovered the drawings. They were hidden in a dusty, cobweb-covered trunk, each one yellowed with age. The first drawing depicted a young girl standing by a window, her face a mask of terror as she pointed to something outside. Lydia felt a chill run down her spine but brushed it off as her imagination running wild. That night, as she was reading in the living room, she heard a faint tapping sound. Curious, she followed the noise to the window. Her heart nearly stopped when she saw a shadowy figure standing in the garden, exactly where the girl in the drawing had pointed. The figure vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving Lydia shaken. The next day, Lydia found another drawing. This one showed a woman lying at the bottom of the grand staircase, her limbs twisted at unnatural angles. Lydia's stomach churned, but she couldn't bring herself to discard the drawing. She placed it back in the trunk, hoping it was just a coincidence. Later that evening, as she descended the staircase, Lydia's foot slipped on a loose step. She tumbled down, landing in a heap at the bottom. Pain shot through her body, but miraculously, she wasn't seriously injured. The drawing had predicted her fall with eerie accuracy. Determined to uncover the truth, Lydia spent the next few days researching the mansion's history. She discovered that the house had once belonged to a wealthy family, the Hendersons, who had mysteriously vanished in the 1920s. The children, it seemed, had a penchant for drawing, and their artwork had been left behind. Lydia returned to the attic, her hands trembling as she sifted through the drawings. Each one depicted a different horrifying event: a fire consuming the living room, a figure lurking in the hallway, a mirror shattering into 1,000 pieces. Her heart pounded as she realized that each drawing predicted a future event with terrifying precision. One drawing in particular caught her eye. It showed a woman standing in the attic, surrounded by the children's drawings, her face twisted in fear. Lydia's blood ran cold as she recognized herself in the drawing. She was living out the Henderson children's nightmares. Desperate to break the cycle, Lydia decided to destroy the drawings. She gathered them all and set them ablaze in the fireplace. As the flames consumed the paper, she felt a sense of relief wash over her. But that night, she was plagued by nightmares of the children, their eyes hollow and accusing. The next morning, Lydia awoke to find the drawings back in the trunk, untouched by the fire. Panic set in as she realized she was trapped in a never-ending loop of terror. The house, it seemed, had a will of its own, and it wasn't ready to let her go. In a final act of desperation, Lydia packed her bags and fled the mansion, leaving the drawings behind. She moved back to the city, hoping to escape the horrors that had haunted her. But even in her new apartment, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. One evening, as she unpacked a box of belongings, Lydia found a drawing tucked between her clothes. It depicted a woman standing in a city apartment, her face a mask of terror as she looked out the window. Lydia's heart raced as she realized the nightmare wasn't over. The drawings had followed her, and there was no escape from the horrors they foretold.